All right, thank you so much, Brittany.
In Orion Township, the whole community is really rallying around all of those who've been impacted by this tragedy.
And this morning, we want to highlight the courageous neighbors springing into action to keep others safe. 7 News Detroit reporter Kiara Hay joins us live here in studio with the story of an Amazon driver being called a hero. And Kiara, walk us through what happened here. Sounds like an amazing story.
Oh, absolutely. Keenan and Alicia, Chris Basanti is his name, and he says that God keeps putting him in these weird, as he calls it, situations. But I know that entire neighborhood and us here in the studio are so grateful that he continues to respond to that call. Now, people say this man, who just so happened to be delivering packages at the time of the explosion, was the first one to jump in and help. 7 News Detroit spent most of the day yesterday trying to track down this heroic driver, who neighbors say wanted to drive off discreetly after pulling injured people from that fiery explosion. Now, when we found him, he was too humble to go on camera, but he did agree to speak with us over the phone. And just listen to how he describes potentially saving a man's life.
Moved some debris around and picked him up by one leg and grabbed his back and carried him out of there and got him to the side of the curb. And then I ran around trying to help the other lady.
Now, Basanti says the smell of burnt hair will stay with him. And if those heroic acts weren't enough, after he was done, we're told that he comforted neighborhood kids who were scared.
And I was crying because I was really scared. And then he came over and held my hand and told me it was all okay.
Now, although Basanti, again, didn't want to go on camera to be recognized for his bravery, he does want to reconnect with the man he saved and that little girl you just saw, who he comforted. So, Alicia, he is heroic and humble.
And you know what? And he deserves all the accolades. I know he's very humble, but Chris, we thank you. The whole community thanks him.
Without a doubt. I mean, springing into action without thinking about it and then trying to just fade into the background. That's a hero.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kiara.
Appreciate that story. Stay with 7 News Detroit for continuing coverage as investigators search for answers in the aftermath of this explosion. Of course, we're going to have the very latest developments right here on 7 News Detroit and online at WXYZ.com.